Hello, I'm Clara Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Friday, the 20th of August 2021. I hope you're doing well. I've got a live show 3 times a week live here on YouTube. It's called Psychic Cafe. Would love to see you in there. And if you're interested in a private reading with me, they are available from my website, BeHealing.com. You'll find a link for that in the description box for this video below, and also one up there as well, probably. So let's see, what are the energies for everybody today? What have we all got going on today? Let's see. Beneath the surface, something's running beneath the surface. Something's running you. Okay, there's an emotional thing running you. It's flying under the radar. It's probably a fear or something like that, and it's running you. It's like calling the shots. Flying under the radar, calling the shots. You haven't made it aware yet because it's running beneath the surface. It's an emotional thing. Right, so we need to get conscious of this today, I think, to get past it. Let's see. What else have we got? Sometimes it can be things that we're not willing to feel, and so we numb out to it, It could be that kind of thing. Or sometimes it's just an unconscious pattern, something that's, running us and we don't even know. There's mischief here too. So playful energy today. But it could be the ego causing mischief, because we're talking about something flying under the radar here, some kind of a belief or some kind. No, they said it's an emotional thing. So some emotional thing that's running us, causing us to do the same patterns, but we're unaware of it. It's flying under the radar. We probably think it's normal and everyone's like that, but not everyone is. There might be a lot of people like that, but the ego's tricky. It's a tricky one. So let's get some tarot out and see what's going on. Tarot, tell us what's going on. What's in the energies for everybody today? Let's see. What's in the energies for everybody today? Don't forget to click like on this video while you're watching. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you like my reading style and want to hear more from me. I've got a 6 of Wands, so we do have a victory today. So you could be overcoming, or you could be becoming aware of what this thing is, rather than it flying under the radar. So some element of victory over it today. And the Fool, embarking on a new journey. What else have we got? Let's get a couple more cards out. The 3 of Wands, waiting for something. This can be like waiting for that perfect wave, waiting for perfection, as if what we're waiting for is outside of us. Where this is clearly saying, well, it is to me today, that there's something running us in the background, some emotional thing running us in the background. So we could be pushing away what we want, probably are pushing away what we want. And we've got the Knight of Cups, so we could be pushing away love. Well, this could be a love offer. Maybe that's why we're getting victory. Maybe we're like finally noticing what we've been doing to push it away today. Could be. So tell us more. What about this 6 of Wands? What's about this 6 of Wands here? The Empress. Empress, manifesting what you want, giving birth to it. The Empress is that motherly energy, very loving and nurturing, but she's the manifester. She creates what she wants in her life, especially the loving and the nurturing that she wants as well. So there's some kind of a victory there and a manifestation of, but it's a manifestation of the loving, of that loving and nurturing kind of an energy, rather than, oh, I manifested the car or the job. It's not that. It's more. It's something more heart-based than that. I'm not saying that your car and your job and stuff like that, the tangible things aren't heart-based, but this isn't that. This is something emotional, a victory. You could be letting something go today. You could be, some kind of emotional victory. What's behind this victory? What's behind this? Tell us more about this victory today. 2 cards. We've got joy and forgiveness. It's letting go of something. That's what I was feeling. So there's a let go so that we can feel that joy. It's a lightening up. So we manifest some kind of a letting go through forgiveness. It might be self-love, it might be self-forgiveness, that just eases up on us and we can feel that joy. This is complicated. You're gonna have to take it as it resonates, because this is about an internal victory. It could be an aha that you're getting today when you realize that you can do things differently, that you don't need to have that underlying emotional thing running you. And then the Fool, and then a new journey begins, but it seems risky because it'll be into the unknown. If you've been doing things a certain way because of like an emotional impediment before, doing things in a different way, well, it will be new and it will seem risky to you because the unknown always feels risky. Tell us more about this, the Fool. What's this journey, this new beginning, this journey, this risk that we need to take? The Muse of Materials. It's the material world, so it's actually going to bring the tangible. It's going to bring the tangible in. The King of Pentacles. Stability, headed towards stability. And I'm feeling again that this is about the emotional thing, headed toward emotional stability, but this is the tangible results from that. So what do I mean by that? Well, when you're not emotionally stable, what we're being on the inside manifests around us, right? We can't find stability in the material world if we're emotionally unstable. An example of that is when I wasn't emotionally stable, when I was still drinking a lot, to push down emotions that were running me under the radar. And I couldn't show up properly in my business. I wasn't being stable, right, in my business because that emotion was running me. And once I sorted that out, then I could show up in my business. Then I was stable. I had that stable emotional energy, and then the material stuff could show up. Another example, again, in my business is when I stopped worrying about money and realized that I was more important than money. No matter how much money or what had been paid and what had not been paid, my well-being was way more important than that. And so I prioritized how I felt instead of what was actually manifesting on the outside. When I found that emotional stability in myself, the money started manifesting. And so this is almost like a call to get off that emotional roller coaster by having some kind of an aha today so that you can set off on this new journey and then make it happen. And then it will start manifesting because you're coming from that stable position, emotionally stable position. I think it's that one. Divine timing. So it's perfect timing to do this. You might have thought, like, why didn't I have this aha like 20 years ago when it would have really benefited me? Because it's divine timing that this comes around now. You're ready for it, is what it is. Like any emotional stuff, you've got to get to a certain place of being ready for it. Now, that could be external support. You might have the right people around you or the right resources around you to be able to deal with this now. You know, it's like suppressed memories coming up. That could happen today. That you never realized were running you, you know, causing emotional instabilities that were running you. Well, that kind of thing isn't given to us until we've got the right resources to deal with it. And so the resources can be inside of yourself because you've done enough healing that you know how to go about this release, this forgiveness that's going to bring this joy in. Or you've got the resources around you. So tap into those resources. If you get like a repressed memory or some kind of an aha, use the resources that you've got to deal with that. I think that's what that Fool is. To get that stability, like build on that stability. So 3 of Wands, waiting for the perfect way to come in, waiting for something. Yeah, it's very much about the intangible is being manifest today, but it's a definite manifestation, an emotional aha, which will lead to that stability in yourself emotionally, which will lead to the manifestations of stability in your money or in your job or in your relationships. 3 of Wands, waiting for perfection. Ace of Materials for the big one. Okay, so 3 of Wands, yeah, this could be like, I'm just waiting for my twin flame or my soulmate to come in. because I don't want to deal with this stuff. Or I'm just waiting for that perfect job to come in because I keep on having trouble in all the jobs that I'm doing. I just want the perfect place, the perfect location to show itself to me, and then I'll move there and I'll be happy. This isn't real. It's an illusion. It's a fantasy that this can happen. Waiting for that perfect big offer to come in, the right person, the twin flame, the soulmate. It's not healthy because we can't manifest it without this stability. So there's a big red flag there today. You might give up. It might be a little bit too much, this emotional work, and you go, no, it's the rest of the world. I just waiting for that perfect thing to come in, perfect person to come in. In which case, you're kind of stopping on that path because it doesn't ever come in. It's an inner journey to it instead. So you do need to face this emotional stuff that comes up. So wherever you are on this journey, I mean, you might not be ready to completely face it yet. It might just be the next step on that healing journey. But yeah, definitely emotional stuff coming in today. Knight of Cups, what are you doing here? Offering us flowers and chocolates and love letters and being all dashing like that. Knight of Cups, what do you want, mister? A lot, apparently. Oh, wow. Okay. What does he want? He wants to have patience. He wants to sort this out, though, but he's got patience in that. He wants to fulfill your wishes. Oh, he wants to fulfill your wishes and start on a new journey with you. But the first card out was this patience card, the temperance card. He wants to take his time. So your emotional stuff could be showing up today in this with someone you're interested in. Knight of Cups that's interested in you, but they're taking the time because they want to. It's almost like they want to love you right. And if you're not open to being loved right, then you can't let them in. You won't be letting them in. Be pushing them away. So your emotional aha could be about that today. What's behind this? Oh, I caught them. Two cards, anger, and it's all good. So it could make you angry, right? So, because he wants to wait. That could make you angry. So you could be having an emotional reaction to that. You're just wanting to rush on in there because you don't want to wait because you've got this emotional thing that's running you. Okay. So that could be the trigger today. Someone that you're interested in, they seem to be stalling because they want to fulfill your wishes, but they're recognizing some kind of a push energy that you've got in you, pushing it away. Could make you angry. You know how if something is difficult to get, we can get angry about it. We don't want to wait for it. We want it right now. We're patient with things that we know are a sure thing, and like we're not impatient about the sun coming up in the morning. We're not impatient about a lot of things because we trust them, but some things that we don't trust because we've got an emotional stability can make us really angry. It's like, give it me now, that kind of thing. But it's all good. It's saying. So the emotional stuff, yes, it could be anger that's triggering you into that aha. Let's find out what's going on in our love lives. This could be something else that's triggering you into this emotional stability. It could be a problem with money. It could be a problem with career or jobs or home. It could be romance. It could be any kind of relationship, in fact. In our love lives, we've got separation. It ain't happening. It's not happening today. Time apart from your partner. It's slow anyway, even if it is happening. If this is a new person, it's going to be slow. Tell us more about this separation. Oops. Tell us more about this separation. Bring love into the situation. Right. So you know how I was saying that there's something emotional that's running you, and you might not be aware of it. Bring love into the situation. This isn't about loving them. This is about loving you. Like I said, someone wants to love you here, the star. I got clearly that's someone that wants to fulfill your wishes. Now, if you're not in that self-love place of being open to that, being open to someone fulfilling your wishes, bringing love into the situation is about you. In that moment of the emotional stuff where you're pushing or you're getting angry and you're like, come on, impatience and all of that, is about loving yourself in that moment. So, in other words, it might be easy to back off, to hermit away and love yourself there and have bubble baths and light candles and all of that kind of thing when you're by yourself. But how about in that moment when you're triggered, when there seems to be a carrot dangled in front of your nose and then the universe is saying you can't have it yet? How about self-loving in that moment? The testing moments, the moments that are emotionally hard on you. This is saying bring love into that situation, to yourself in that situation when you're at your most vulnerable, when you're fearing, when you're feeling angry, when you're triggered by something, loving yourself in that situation. Instead of what you usually do. What do you usually do? We usually beat ourselves up in that situation, make ourselves wrong. I'm stupid for doing that. Why did I do that? Why can't I be patient? You know, that's beating ourselves up instead of going, wow, that triggers me, so I've got a wound there still. The wound isn't my fault, but it's my responsibility to heal it. But still, it's a wound, and it's not my fault. And I'm going to love myself through that. Something like that, you know. Got virtue here. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Right? So that bit's easy. That's why I needed to say about this, bring love into the situation. This isn't about loving them. This is about loving yourself. Virtuous. It's easy to do it for someone else. You acknowledge those that encourage others to grow. But what about you? What about doing it for yourself? Do you encourage yourself to grow when you're in these tricky situations where you've got some emotional pattern running you, which is harming you, some kind of sabotage and pushing away what you really want? Can you love yourself then too? And say, this is really hard. This is like the hardest situations. This is where I falter. This is my vulnerable position. I'm feeling really vulnerable right now. And this emotional thing is running me. Can you love yourself in that situation? Because that's when you most need the love. You know, your kids, if you think about your inner child, think about a child, your child. When do they most need that love? It's when they've fallen over. It's when they're in a tricky emotional situation. When they're just playing happily, that's not when you go and like give them love. I mean, you can, but that's not when they really need it, right? They really need it when they're in a problem, when they're struggling. That's when they really need that love. That's when you need to give it to yourself. You got a love call here, so someone expressing the love, thinking of you and letting you know. And the runner, but doing a runner, yeah, I knew there's going to be an and to this, or a but. It's not really a but. It's just they're holding you away. Why are they holding you away? Because there's a red flag in you. And it could be that you're not being vulnerable, because whenever you get vulnerable, you beat yourself up instead of loving yourself. And so you shut down. And they're seeing that and they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong with them? I want to love them, but they run. So this is saying that you're doing a runner. They're doing a runner because you're doing a runner, and you might not realize that you're doing a runner because it appears that you're waiting for them to do something big. Okay, let's find out more of the energies today. Emotional challenges today. An emotionally challenging day, but a day that we can set off on this new journey and find stability in ourselves just by applying love as we would a child in that situation. Whatever situation, it might not be in your love life today that this comes up, but whatever situation it comes up in, allow yourself to be vulnerable and be okay with that, and give yourself a hug and say, this is really hard. This is like the trickiest emotional situation I ever get myself in. I deserve love in this moment. I'm going to give that to myself. And you might just find that the external world then opens up to you, that person or your boss or whatever, when you are being that. Smoke and mirrors. It is something that's been running in the background. It's been running you. There's a story, but it's not. It's an emotional thing. but it's probably its foundations are in a story that's been running you. Smoke and mirrors has been well hidden from you, but running in the background all the same. Self-sufficiency. Oh, this is the running thing. Work and service. I'll read them all out. We've got self-sufficiency here. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying I don't need people. Instead, it's saying God is my source and I'm willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. So it feels like not just the universe is wanting to love and support you, but there's actual people, physical people that want to love and support you. So, but you're holding them at bay because of this thing. So, yeah. And work and service. Work signs, I'm now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. And service, you stop using the universe to try and get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Yeah, and what I'm getting from these as well is that you've got to realize that what you're trying to give to others is what you really need in yourself. So when I was given that example of the kid, the child needs that love the most when they're in a tricky situation. Now you might be doing that for everybody else because it's that thing. It's like every therapist is drawn to the thing that they need the most, the thing that they need to receive the most. And so look at how you're trying to be of service to other people and realize it's you that needs that. It's you that is in most of need of that thing, and give that to yourself, which can be tricky. It can be a mind F to figure out how to give ourselves that, because it's very much an internal process. What else do we need to know about today? A bridge. Building a bridge to your heart. Building a bridge to your heart, your inner child, successfully overcoming a problem. And it's an internal problem. Building a bridge to your inner child, to your heart, to overcome that problem. Big chance to overcome or make great headway in overcoming an emotional block that you've had. Flag. Don't be tempted to lower your standards today. Don't give in, don't back down, don't go, this is too hard, just the rest of the world needs to sort itself out. Yeah, don't do that. Lightning, control your anger or you'll be sorry. Now that's the second time that anger's come up. So just be careful about that impatience, anger, like you sort it out. If you just change, so you might, there might be arguments with other people because of this impatience with yourself. Again, that's showing a lack of self-love. And a wreath, sorrow over a loss too. Now this, if you do delve deep and do that inner child work today, if you let it, whatever's showing up today, if you let it fuel that inner work and that inner child work, there might be a lot of emotional release. There could be a lot of crying. There could be a lot of grief over what your inner child has lost. Whew. Okay, so think of a yes or no answer question, because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm going to pull one of them out. If I pull out the green, it means yes. If I pull out the red, it means no. Think of a question while I get another couple of cards out. So how best to deal with these energies today? How best to deal with these energies today? I would say it would be not to hermit away, because like I said, self-love is really easy when we're hermited away. Not so easy when we get in those tricky situations. Seven of Swords. This is saying, like, don't deceive yourself. Again, it's that Three of Wands, Ace of Materials there. Can't I just have it? Can't the rest of the world just sort itself out and get around my wound? No. In a word, no. The world's going to be the world. Everyone else is dealing with their own stuff. You need to deal with your stuff. That's why I call my business Be Healing. Because I had so much to do myself. And again, like I just said, I was drawn to help people with the stuff that I most struggle with myself. So I've had to be healing myself and then help other people with it. I'm not talking about anything that I've not done myself, and I am still doing it. So I got the Three of Wands here. It says development and opportunity. So there is an opportunity today to move forward, to not necessarily overcome a problem, but definitely take steps to move forward on an emotional problem that's been running you, an emotional block that's been running you, maybe for a long time, maybe all your life, because it feels like inner child stuff to me. Think of your yes or no answer question, because I'm about to get your answer out. Pause the video if you're not ready. The answer is yes. That's the green light. Go for it. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. While you're down there, click that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Drop me a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys, and it really helps my channel as well to get YouTube to show people my videos. Would love to have your help in that. Thanks again. Have the best day ever, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.